Ambica, you'll
put
Shweta.
Shweta.
Yes, just 1 minute.
Ma'am, may I start?
Yes, please go ahead. All the best.
Thank you.
Learn the tricks and trades of the trade. Sure. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. I, Miss Ansari Hafsa, welcome you all for this fourth day of the 2-week long session of the Interclass Scaffolding Digital Competency under the guidance of Dr. Rajiv Jha. It is said that prayer has the power to create a poised atmosphere. It purifies the mind and soul. With this positivity, let us start our today's session with a prayer. I request everyone present here to compose themselves for the prayer.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ अस्तो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Thank you. So, before moving on to the main session, let us first see the highlight of yesterday's session. Next slide, please. The session was moderated by Ms. Aarti Pandey under the supervision of Dr. Manisha Tyagi. Ms. Asfia Afzal was a resource person yesterday and she demonstrated the tool Edpuzzle. She elaborately explained all the different features of the tool. Edpuzzle helped us to create the amazing educational content that could be used as a teaching learning aid. It gave me immense pleasure and privilege to introduce you all the resource person for the session, who is none other than the GS of our college, Miss Ambica Motwani. I now invite Miss Suchi to give the formal introduction.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a beautiful day. And let me say how delighted I am to introduce the resource person of the day, Miss Ambika Motwani. Miss Ambika Motwani is a courteous and generous person from our own FIBA class. She is multi-talented and she is the founder of Helping Hearts, Center of Counseling. Also a psychologist, specializes in relationship and anxiety counseling, clinical hypotherapist, graphotherapist based in Mumbai. She is also a visiting faculty since 2019, teaching at master's level at KC College, HSNC University, Mumbai, and KJ Somaya College, Autonomous Mumbai. Also, she is the General Secretary of BTTC and Chairperson of the Eco Club, playing different roles in different ways. She is really a person to be admired for her qualities of being highly passionate, energetic, and always imparting positive energy around her, and is an excellent teacher in making. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the resource person of today's Scaffolding Digital Competences, Miss Ambika Motwani.
Thank you so much, Suchi, for this lovely introduction. I would now like to begin with the tool that I'm going to demonstrate. Shweta, you can stop sharing the slide. So the tool that I am going to present today is Google Sites. And also it's going to help us for making websites and also the assignment that our Raju ma'am has given us, and it will be very beneficial for us that we learn in this particular SDC. So before I begin to teach you how to create a Google site, I would first like to show you a sample of Google site that I have created. So Hafsa, please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yeah, it is visible.
So this is the sample that I had created for my demonstration. So a Google site, though it's a free website that has been offered by Google itself, but at the same time, when you look at the dashboard of the website, it looks nothing but a very, like, a professional person, a professional website creator has made. So it will give you an option of adding pages. Like I have a home page over here for my own company, that is Helping Hearts, and it will, like, since it gives an option of adding pages like that, we can rename the pages. So I have kept the name as home, the initiatives which are carried under Helping Hearts. So like this, on each and every page that you go, it will give a proper outlook, like it has been created by a professional website or a website maker. So like this we have created. And also if we look at it, it will it has each and every option that I have demonstrated on this particular website. So every tool, every header, footer that is being covered in this particular sample, I'll be teaching you. So now, without wasting any time, we'll first open a Google tab. Just let me know if the tabs are being displayed. I'm going to click on the ID from which I want to create. So since I want to create a professional, like, since I want to create for my company, so I'll use my company's ID, that is Helping Heart. And before I actually let you go to the Google site, I will give you, I'll let you know that how can you reach Google site. So first you can just simply type Google Sites.
Sorry to interrupt, Ambika. Whenever you open a new tab, you do a new share. Otherwise, your tab will not be visible. At the top where you have that view options, in your bar over there will be a new share. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is it visible now?
Yes, now it's visible.
So if we want to take a like if we want to go and see where Google Sites is, we can type in Google Sites and it will direct us to this page, and we can directly sign in from here, and it will take you to create a blank site. And also the easiest way that we can use is we can go to a drive, our Google Drive, for the particular ID that we have been using. There are two ways we can reach how to open a Google site. And before we actually open Google Sites from the drive, it will be very convenient for us to first create a new folder in the drive, because generally in our drive there are a lot of things that we keep on creating every day, and everything gets saved on the drive. So if we have a particular folder saved in the drive itself for the particular website that we have been creating, any changes and all the sites will be directly saving in that particular folder. So now over here I'll be creating a folder and I'll be naming it as SDC demo. So the folder has been added over here. So now I'll open the folder, and again over here I'll go to new, I'll go to more options, and I'll add a Google site over here. So now the same thing we can even do it from directly typing on Google search. But if we do it from a drive, we insert it from a drive, it will become very easy for us to, make the changes and organize it in a particular way. So now, since my internet is a little slow, I guess it will take a time to load. So once the Google site opens, this is how it's going to look like. So first we begin by naming this particular site. So naming as in the folder, it will be named as whatever I have named. So since I want to name it as SDC demo, so I'll name it as SDC demo. So it has nothing to do with the site that I'm going to do. I mean the changes on the page that I'm going to take. Now I want to add a title of my page. That is the name of the website that I want to create. So for instance, if I want to create a website for my own company again, so I'll just give you an example of how I created my website and I'll show you step by step. So I'll type the name Helping Hearts, and I can align however I want. So if I want, I can drag and all of that I can do. And over here, so whatever changes we make while naming the particular site, it will automatically get saved over here. But I don't want this particular name SDC demo to be displayed on my particular site. So I'll again go there. I'll rename it as Helping Hearts. And over here, it will give me an option to add a logo. So the logo will be displayed just before the name Helping Hearts appears. So we'll see how can we add the logo over here. We can simply add the logo from the Google Drive, or we can add the logo if we have, we have that particular image saved in a computer. So I'll use the upload option because the logo that I have is in my device. So here is the logo. So I'll be inserting this logo over here. So see, the moment I insert it, it will get appeared automatically over here. Now we proceed down. We look at the particular option of Favicon. So Favicon, what is Favicon? It is basically, see over here when I have written the on the drive SDC demo, and before that the icon is showing of a Google Drive, and over here the icon is showing of Google Sites. So Favicon is basically if I want I want a different picture of Helping Hearts. So I'll insert it in Favicon and automatically the picture will start to appear over here. So, but now I want to upload the same image. So I'll again go to upload option and I'll use that same image. So I want that whenever someone opens the site of Helping Hearts, it should appear, that logo should appear even over here. So in the same way, it will appear over here once we publish the website. So these changes we have done. Now we come on to adding a image over here because it's looking black and I don't want black. So I'll go to this image. Again, I'll get two options. Either I want to upload an image from my device, or if I want something like select image which is there on my Google Drive or some random Google search, and I'll upload it. So, and also it has its own gallery of images. If I want, I can use any of the images which are there over here. If I have a particular image and the URL link, I can upload that URL link and the image will appear. If I want to search a particular image, for instance, I want to search the image of mind or maybe something like brain. So I'll search the image of brain and these type of images will appear. And if I want, I can select that. If I don't want, I can just, research another picture. from our albums. So over here I have two pictures in my album of the ID. I can upload these images. I can upload another image, or I can directly upload it from my device. And lastly, from the Google Drive. So I have these another images which were already there. So if I want, I can even upload this particular image, and I'll just show you and I'll change it. So this is how it will look like. But now over here, I want the particular banner which is there of this particular webinar to, look a little big. So I will go to the header type, and it will give me options that either if I want, I can keep it as a title name, or I can keep it as a banner which is exactly there as it is right now, or if I want, I can keep it as a large banner, or I can keep it as a cover. So see, all the main aspects are being covered. But now I don't want this image, so I'll change the image. I'll select something from the gallery itself. So I like this particular image, so I'll upload this particular image. And over here, we'll even get options to change the font, to change the font size, to change the font color. So I don't like this particular color of the font. So I'll go to the color, and I'll see which particular color is suiting with the image that I have uploaded in the background. So I feel this particular color will be visible, and I'm not liking this font. So I'll change the font. I can keep this particular font. And again, I'll get options if I want to keep it in bold, semi-bold, however. So I want to keep it in bold, so I'll keep it in bold. So this is how we can do. And before we go to the another feature of this, we'll first look at the footer. So if we click an option to add the footer over here, it will remain the same on all the pages that we will be creating, that we will be seeing in a short while. And even the cover page that we have created, the header, the image and the background of this particular aspect will be the same. The only change that will be appearing is the name of that page that I have kept. For instance, the second page will be about my initiatives. So I'll change the name as my initiatives, and it will, the background of this image will be same. If I want to change, I can even change that. So we'll do that in a while. But now we'll go to the footer. Add footer option was there. So I can go and edit the footer. So in the footer, I would wish to add my YouTube link. So what I'll do is I have already prepared a document in which all the links are there. So I'll go to that link. I'll copy that link, and I'll add the link over here. Insert link. I'll add the link to my YouTube channel so that anyone who first opens the website and sees the header, they will even have a small idea that what Helping Hearts is all about and what videos Helping Hearts has already shared. Even over here, we'll get an option to change the font. I'm not liking this font, so I can change the font however I feel like. I can keep it. And since I'm liking this font, I'll keep this font, and I'll even change the color of the font. Yeah, first select and change. So I've changed the font, and I want to change the text color because I want everything to be uniform. So I'll keep the same color as the color of my uh, header. And if you see this, only the link is visible over here, but the footer over down is plain, it's white. So what we can do is over here, we can click a section of the background, and we click to the image. Again over here, it will give an option to upload image and select image. and the previous three options are related to the themes that we have selected. So for now, I have not selected anything because I want to customize my own theme. So I'll again select an image over here, and it will give me all the options that we explored before. And over here, I would like to keep a pattern. So I'll take this particular image and I'll upload. And this particular pattern, that particular footer will be same on all the pages that we will be creating. So now we can close the footer by clicking two clicks over here. Double click over here and we'll get the option to now edit the content that we want to add it on our main page. So over here, it will give you this particular option, whether you want to add text, whether you want to add image, whether you want to upload something from the laptop, whether you want to upload something from the drive, whether you want to embed something, anything that you want to do, you will get an options over here, as well as you will get the options over here. So the same options that we saw over here are also over here. We'll quickly explore the themes. Any theme that we like, we can do it. We can, select and we can have it. So since I already mentioned that I want to customize my own thing, so I'll not use anything. And it's simple as we do on all our Google Slides, Google Docs, and everything. So now in my first page, the content that I want to keep is what is Helping Hearts all about. So again, I have prepared a document from which I'll just be copy pasting it. One second. Sorry, my internet is a little slow. So I have jotted down all the points on a Word doc and I'll simply be copy pasting over here. So this is all about helping hands that I want on my first page. Now over here, I'll also get an option to align, to change the font size, because I feel the content which is written over here is a little small in size. So I want something around 36 or 48. So I'll click that. Oh, this will become too big. So I think I can keep this font size as 36. And we even get an option to preview, which is over here. I'll click to the preview option and it will give me an option to see how it looks on a laptop if I open, whether the link is there, whether the link is not there, how I view it from a tab, and how will it look like if I have opened it from a phone. So this is how it will appear. And the links are clickable. So we can close the preview, and now I feel the font which I have, the font size which is there, is a little too big. So I'll decrease the font size and I'll change this header type to banner only, because I don't want a big page for the top. So these editing part we can do. So for instance, I want the font size to be 24 and I'll keep it like that. So this is something that we will be doing. Now we move on to insert a new page. So now when we are inserting, when we want to insert a new page, we need to go to this particular option. We need to click the option of pages and add a new page. It will give an option to add a new page and it will ask me to name the page, like, so I'll keep the name as our initiatives. and it will be done, and it will be a new page. So if we see over here, home ke baad mein, we are able to see the option of our initiative. So the number of pages that we keep on adding, all these pages names will start to appear over here. And as I mentioned earlier, n number of pages that we will be making, the footer is going to remain the same, and this particular image will be remaining the same. If we want, we can change, but if we want to keep it uniform, we can even keep it uniform. So I'll be keeping it uniform. The only thing that I'm going to change over here is the color of the font and the font style. So we can do this. And now again the same thing. Now in our initiatives, we have mentioned that we conduct webinars. So, but now rather than mentioning about the webinar, I want to insert something from my drive. Maybe if I want, I can insert a presentation. I can insert a particular image. I can directly go on a slide, option from slide, and there is a presentation already there in my webinar, in my drive. So I'll be inserting that particular slide and it will appear. Also, one thing over here that we need to remember, that anything that we will be inserting from a drive, it may be a slideshow, it may be an image, or it may be a document or a data on an Excel sheet. First, we need to go and make the changes in the drive first, because generally the settings are like that, that only the people who have permission to view this can view. So even if we have selected the particular slide over here, we will be able to view, but once we publish the site, we won't be able to view. Like the others who don't have the permission to view will not be able to see the slide. So we can add this. So over here, I'll quickly run through the features which are there over here. So I want to add a collapsible text. I can do that. I can add a heading to this page. I'll just write heading and the content of this particular heading that is there. So for instance, if the heading is mental health, now over here, I'll add some content which is related to mental health. So I have typed the content. We can type, we can even, if we want, we can type, and if we want, we can copy paste the content. And now when we're using the collapsible text, what will happen over here is that when we go to the preview option, especially for this particular page, it will first give me the slide of the mental health and well-being that I have uploaded. And if I want to read on what is mental health, I can expand this and I can read. Mental health comprises of behavioral, cognitive, and emotional aspects. So this is something that we can add. That depends upon how we are going to create our website. So let's close the preview option and we can make the changes. So over here, I don't need this presentation, so I'll just shift and delete. Over here, I even don't need this, so I'll shift and delete. Or I can simply delete it from here. Like, I don't need this, so I'll just delete this section. So now, one second. If by mistake, if we have deleted something and we just go undo the last section, it will appear. So this particular section has appeared. Yeah, it will give an option for you to delete on this. So I can delete this group because I don't think I require this over here. I want to add some content which is related to the initiative. So I'll just copy paste the content which I already have on my Word doc. Paste it. So it will already give you an option to edit your text, and so over here I don't want to increase the size, so I can just let it be the same over here. And the other options which are there over here, I'll be exploring it on the third page. I want to add one more page. So I'll add one more page over here, new page. And this will be about psychologists on board. So basically on this particular page, I want to keep the introduction for me and my friend who have together started this particular company. So what I'll do is I'll go to the insert option, and over here I already have layouts. So for instance, if I would have just been one founder of the company, I would have just taken this layout, but now we are two. So I'll quickly add these two options, the layout, and I can add the images. And similarly, we have these other options. If we want two, if we want four, if we want three, however we want, we can just select it. So now over here, I want to add the image. So the images that I want to upload is from my laptop. So I'll quickly click onto the option of uploading the image. So I've uploaded the image over here. So the image will get uploaded. And if I want to drag this particular image, I can drag it down. Now over here, since we see that there is also the editable text which is there below the picture, and I want to add about our qualifications and everything, so I'll quickly copy paste that as well. So it will appear like this. And for same for my friend, I'll add her image as well, and I'll add her qualifications. I'll just copy paste the text. So it will appear like this. Now I want to again see how it's looking when I'm previewing this particular option. So I'll go to the preview part again. So if we are on phone, it will look something like this. If you are on a laptop, if you are on a tab, it will look something like this. And the footer is there. Yeah, we can close this, and remaining the editing part, we can do it later on. We'll now focus on the features which are other features which are there over here. So now if I want to add a table of content, I can add that as well on the image. It will give you something like this. And yeah, it will give a suitable heading to my content. So I don't want this away, so I'm not going to add. I can add a divider to my page. Like after this particular section, I want people to look at something which is different. Like it's nothing, it will just appear as a line. After this, I want to add, okay. So I'll add this particular divider. I think it has gone down. See, so if we look over here, the page has got divided and the footer is appearing after this divider. And over here, I want to add a button which will basically have a link to it. So if I add, again, I'm just copy pasting the YouTube channel link. and I'll simply insert the link, or I can just simply insert our initiative speech. So anything that I want, I can insert in this button and it will come like that. Or maybe even a presentation that I want to add, I can add that. But I don't want to add, so I'll just delete it. Also, there's one more feature over here, which is a placeholder. So placeholder is also an amazing aspect if we want to use it in our image. So it will keep it like that. And if we want, we can add the images again from the Google search or the drive, or we can upload it. And it will stay at that place only. It cannot move until unless we want it to move. So I'll simply upload any random image. So I want to upload the particular image, which is this. I can drag it, and I want people, whoever visits my website, to read the early signs of mental illness. Okay, so 1 second. I'm so sorry for the technical glitch. So I can adjust the position however I want to keep it, and it will be standstill. And one more very nice feature that it offers, we can add image cursor. So in the image cursor, as we generally go on a website, and we see that even if we visit our college website, they have multiple images which is there in the in the content section or in the page. So Google sites offer this particular option of image cursor in the content section, not in the header section. So I'll add a few images again from my device, or if I want, I can upload it from my drive again. So I'll select the number of images that I want to be over here. So first, and I can drag the position of the images which I wanted to be first. So if I want this particular article to be on first, it will be, and so on. So the images are in the perfect order, and now I can insert it. So now over here, if we insert it, it will look something like this. So when we go to the preview option, it will give a proper idea to us that how an image cursor looks like. This is the placeholder. 1 second. Preview option. So the option of image cursor looks something like this. So if we see over here, we can have a look at the multiple images which are coming. I can add even 10 images, I can add even 12 images, but I just wanted to add like the few important ones, so I've just added those few important ones. So these are the images, like this is how an image cursor would look like. And when the website is published, when we are viewing this particular website from a phone, it will automatically keep on changing. So this is how an image cursor option looks like. Now over here, we lastly go through. If we want, we can even add a Google map. If we want, we can even add a Google calendar. But all of these maps, documents, slides, sheets, charts, whatever we want to add from our drive, first we need to change the permission settings, and then only we will be able to, then only the viewers will be able to see what we have uploaded over here. So this is how these options are there. And now I guess we can just have a look at how can we publish the website and how it looks. So if I click on the option of publishing the website, okay, wait, before we publish the option, now I know that I have created a website and I have a friend as well of mine. And now even she wants to make some change and I'm not able to understand what is she exactly trying to say. So like the option that Drive offers us to share, even the sites will offer something similar. So I will share, for instance, I can just type my email ID, because I can edit my option, I can edit the website, and at the same time, I can add my friend's email ID over here, who will be able to edit the website. So I can send the invitations and I'll receive the invitations as in I'll get the entire website on my drive of these particular IDs. So the editor option, if I want, I can only give them a published viewer option. But now since we both are the founders, I want both of us to be the editor. So we'll do that and I can send them this particular link. So yeah, now we can go and view the option of publishing a website. Now, when we publish a website, it will ask us what particular name that we want to give for our website. So I'll give the name Helping Hearts. Helping Hearts 1597. So it will give me an option of whether this particular name is available or not. For instance, I'll quickly type a name which is not available and see how it looks like. So it will give me this particular address is already taken. So I'll only go with 1597. Something like that, because this is available. Now, again, it will give me an option of whether I want to manage, like whether I want to collaborate it with a professional domain or not. Since I don't have anyone to collaborate with, I'm not going to collaborate with any particular domain as such. But the option that I can choose over here is that who can manage my website. So if I click the option, again, it will give me the same option. So again, I'll send the invitations to my friend and to myself on my another ID with whom we can edit the entire website, even after it has been published. So I'll send and I'll receive the notification of the entire demo. I'll just send it and we'll see how it looks like. And now we are ready to publish. So once we publish the website, and when we go on this particular option of Google search, and when we type the particular name, it will give me it will direct me to the link of Helping Hearts. Sorry. There's some issue with my Google search tab. I'll show you how it will look like. Since I've already published it, I can even change the publishing settings. I can see, if I want, I can duplicate the slide. I can take a tour of the slide. And this general setting, which is there for the Google, all the features are the same. So it's like, I'll quickly go and check why is this. Yeah. So see, if I have typed Helping Hearts 1597 and I do a Google search, it will give me this particular whatever links and posts that I have, and I can view it. And once the publishing has been done, if you want, we can even unpublish the website. Since this is already published, I have already one website which is already published. I can even unpublish this particular website. I can go on this particular option and it will give me an option to unpublish. So I can just got it and I'll unpublish it. So if I want, I can even make the changes when the site is published. But if I don't want that, yeah, I don't feel that my site is still, ready to be published. So I can just change it. So I think with this we have completed the demonstration. I'll stop the share and the platform is open for questions.
Thank you, Ambika. I must say it was an amazing session, and all our participants must have got an insight of all the features of Google Sites. So we have many questions in the chat box. Let us go through them one by one. Pooja Jain asks, can you just again explain the image cursor option?
Yeah, so I'll share my screen again and I'll go to the same option. I'll quickly add a new page and I'll show you the image cursor option over there. I guess because the divider was there, it has not been viewed properly. So I'll just keep about some random name or demo page. I'll create the page again. And over here in the content section, I will go to the insert option again. I'll take the option of image cursor. If I want, I can add the images from the drive itself. If I want, I can upload the images from the device itself. So the images that I want to upload are there on the device. So I'll quickly just copy paste a few images just to see how it looks. So select 5 random images. And over here, I want this particular picture to go first. So I can drag it first. I want this particular image to go second. I'll drag it like that and I'll insert it now. Sorry. I'll quickly do it.
Understood. Ambika, that's fine. It's okay. There are more questions also. So.
Okay. So there's another question by Pooja Jain again. What's the difference between sharing our site and managing your site option?
Sharing your site is basically if you want your friend or your partner to make the changes, you can collaboratively edit like we do it on a Google slide or a Google Doc. And managing option is that apart from helping us as a email ID, who other two people have the equal rights to manage, as in if you want to add up again, if you want to edit. So basically editing will happen when we are in the unpublished part of it.
Okay.
And managing will come when we have already published the website and we have done another work and we want to put it on our website. So that's the option of managing and sharing option.
Okay. So there's another question by Shweta Mishra. She says, can we publish publicly so that everyone can view our website?
Yes, there is also an option to view it publicly. I had not done that because I have already have the website on the same name. So that's why I have not done that. But there will be an option when we publish it, when we go and select the option of publishing it. If we look at, I'll just show you. So I can request public search engines to display myself. Oh, I forgot. I had not done this earlier. That's the reason why it was not showing it in the demonstration time. But if we do that and we publish the website, it will automatically appear in the Google. So type it, if I type the earlier website that I had shown you in the beginning, and I have done the requesting for displaying on the public websites, on the Google search, it will direct me to the link. One second, I don't know why is it not showing, but it is there. I had searched it. So it will appear on the different websites, on the different search sites.
Okay, so Azmina Khoja asks, can this tool be used for teaching and evaluating purpose? If yes, how?
So this tool can be used for teaching purposes. Even for evaluating purposes, it can be used. For instance, if you are having an assignment, the teacher is going to observe how well we have created, what kind of options and aspects that we have inserted in this particular website. And for teaching purposes, for instance, generally it's an online era these days, and we as budding teachers and professors, we need to be competitive towards our other colleagues. So what we can do is we can plan something new. We can create a website. For instance, I'm taking a topic on stress and stress management. I'll create a website on stress and stress management. I can keep adding on details and webinar details, anything that I feel which is related to it, rather than sending everyone personally. Since they have my website, they will click on the image, they will click on that link, and they will have more detailed information as compared to the traditional ways of sharing a particular document or a presentation. So if we create a website, it will look like, a new thing that a teacher has done, and at the same time it is relevant. So yeah, in my opinion, I guess this can be one aspect to it.
Okay, so the next question is by Avanti Pandit. How can we do SSL encryption,
SSL encryption, as in embedding
the security protocol?
security protocol is going to be there, as we are not going to share or let others manage the website. So even if someone tries to manage or change it, they won't be able to do it. Also, as I mentioned, when you are uploading anything from your Google Drive, first you have to change the permission from the Google Drive so that people, when we have published the website, people can view it. But the safest option when we are doing all of these things is that to upload it from your device, so that the aspects which are there in our drive is protected. So this is something that we can offer.
Okay. The next question is by Priyanka Yadav. After publishing the website, if I want to further change, then can it be done in real time, or do I have to withdraw it and do the changes and then again publish it? I
No.
guess you have already answered this question.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next question. It is by Akhil. He says, can we incorporate the overall design into another web hosting app?
You can try. I have not tried another web hosting app, so I have no idea about it. But if you can do it.
Okay, so the last question is by Pooja Jain. She says, is this Google site visible only on Google Chrome tabs?
Can you repeat the question?
Is this Google site visible only on Google Chrome tabs?
So it can even be visible on other tabs. If you open from Firefox, if you open from a normal browser, a normal phone, like even if when we are doing it from a phone, we have a regular phone browser. We can even browse from that and it will get appeared.
Okay, so we conclude the question answer session and now moving on to the feedback session. I would like the class participants to give their feedback.
Let's stop this share.
Anyone from the class who would like to give their feedback?
Yes, I'm Jessica here.
Yes, Jessica.
Thank you, Ambika. Very well explained the tool that we had, the amazing tool that we have learned today. It was a very nice session, and I have learned from you that Google slide how to prepare it. It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jessica.
Anyone else who would like to give their feedback?
Yeah, I would like to say, Ambika, your session was really good. And the way you described and showed us every single detail of the Google sites, I think it was very impressive. And you patiently answered all the questions, and you got some really smart questions in the chat box. And I think you've answered them all very nicely. So very well done. And yeah, I think it was very useful for me. So thank you so much for that. Amazing.
Yes, I also want to appreciate Ambika, because always I search in Google, but I was not aware about that we can publish also. So that idea I got from Ambika only first time. So it was very interesting, and more to know about the site, how to publish our whatever we want to publish in a proper way, in a protective way. So it was very informative and interesting. Thank you, Ambika.
Okay, so now I would like to invite Dr. Raju Talreja for her very valuable feedback.
First of all, congratulations to Ambika and the comparer as well as the anchor. Congratulations for doing such a wonderful job. And the demonstration basically was in detail explaining all the essential features to make a website. And Ambika gave, how would I say, a very apt kind of response and solved the queries of the participants. That also was an appreciable gesture on the part of Ambika, that she took up the questions and tried to answer it in detail so that the queries are resolved, and equipping her friends to go ahead and make the Google sites more impressive and more interesting. And to just add on, Azmina, we will be using Google Sites for one of the topics, and we'll be seeing how to use it in the teaching learning process. And I'm sure that must have given you all a kickstart for making your portfolios. I am again and again telling you all, please start making your portfolios. And I congratulate again Ambika and Hafsa for making this session lively and interactive and interesting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
There are some. Okay, Reshma, please go ahead.
Ma'am, I want to add one more thing. When you, ma'am, in your first lecture told us that everyone has to make that site. So I was very totally blank. But now I clear with Ambika's sections. I clear all my doubts. How I was very blank. कि site बनाना है कि कैसे बनाएंगे. So now I am clear much more.
Yeah,
Thank
that's good. No, that's good. So we can give thanks to Ambika that
Yes,
she
ma'am.
has told
Because
you all
of this
in-
SDC program, we are much more clear about tools, new. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so there are certain appreciations in the chat box. I would like to read that. Pooja Jain says, great session, learn something new, perfect explanation. Aarti Pandey says, amazing session, Ambika, informative and well explained. Shweta Mishra says, very informative session, well explained, Ambika. Akhil says, really an informative session. Thank you for your much needed information. Vidhi Shah says, amazing Ambika, very well explained and to the point. So many new features, lovely. Reshma says, very well done Ambika. Dinas says, very insightful. So moving on, no session can be complete without appreciating or expressing our gratitude to the people who have coordinated and worked effortlessly for this session. I would like to invite Mr. Nagraj to propose the formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, Hafsa. So gratitude makes sense of our past, bringing peace for today and creates a vision for tomorrow, says Melody Beatty. As the fourth day of scaffolding digital competency tools for synchronous and asynchronous classrooms come to an end, I deem it an honor to receive the opportunity on behalf of this entire class to propose a vote for thanks of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to express my thanks to our resource person, Ms. Ambica Motwani, for sharing her vast knowledge of online tool, namely Google Sites, very creative tool indeed. Our very special thanks to our principal of Bombay Teachers Training College, Dr. Bhagwan Balani, and Vice Principal Dr. Mandeep Kocha for always looking out for new and motivational ways in which we students, teachers can learn and grow. My sincerest gratitude to Dr. Rajiv Jha, the organizing secretary, for bringing to us best practice scaffolding digital competencies and mentor of the student mentors this very insightful. Our outstanding faculty of Bombay Teachers Training College, thanks you for our continued support and encouragement. I thank Dr. Raju Talreja for observer of today. I also extend my gratitude to all wonderful and enthusiastic student volunteers. Ms. Hafza Ansari for their availability and their endless support. Thanks a million to our technical team that so effectively supported us. Last but not the least, our heartily thanks you to the participants and audience we have been with us till the very end of this session. Thank you.
Yeah, Ambika, can we stop the recording, please?
Yes, ma'am.